Hey guys, welcome back to Crossthread Garage. So today we're going to be back on the Lowrider bike. We're actually going to get into doing some metal work, building the gas tank, some other stuff. Anyway, we're getting real close to giving this thing away. I mean, a couple episodes and she'll be done. So hit the subscribe because we're getting right around 300 subscribers, I believe, right now. We got to get that 500 because it's not going anywhere until we get to the 500. So hit subscribe. I'm going to give you a second to go ahead and do that. All right, thank you. And now we're going to get busy. And now we're going to get busy on this. So I'll be right with you guys. So I'm going to start out same kind of deal as before. We're going to put this poster board up here. We're just going to kind of draw some stuff out, see what we like. I've got a few little ideas in my head, but you know, nothing refined, of course. So what we'll do is we'll draw it on here, obviously, then we're going to cut it out, transfer it to metal, blah, blah, blah. You've seen me do that before, if you've been watching. If you haven't been watching, you need to go back and watch. There are rules to winning this thing. I put out a video explaining the rules. So go watch that because I'm getting a lot of emails asking me, you know, hey, how do I win this? Or people going, hey, I'm entering to win the bike. It doesn't work that way. So yeah, by the way, it is freezing cold. I don't know where you guys are at, but here in good old Kentucky, they have decided to hit us with ice and snow and anything else you can imagine. It's pretty terrible. So let's we're gonna start out drawing some lines here. I'm not sure how far back we're going. I do know that we want to keep the tank in that area. Where the curve is. Now, oddly enough, that should be enough to get us going. So I'm going to draw something out, and then I'll bring you guys back in and show you kind of what we're thinking. All right, guys. So I kind of think going something like this. Bring this to where it kind of meets up with this curve on this center bar. I may extend this down a little bit, but I kind of like that shape. Of course, you know, we're going to build it out. It's going to be, obviously, it's going to be three-dimensional. I'm not just going to slap that on there like that. But let's get these two pieces cut out of metal, and I'll get back right with you. Get right back, whatever. You know what I'm saying. All right, so as you can see, a little better representation now that I've got it, the first piece cut out of metal. I think it's going to look pretty good. I mean, we're gonna widen it out. You know, do a little pounding on it. You know, I don't know, just get it to work better. So I gotta cut a second piece out. Trying not to bore you guys with me. You know, sitting here with an angle grinder cutting pieces out, so I'm just doing that, and you know what I'm saying. I don't even know what I'm saying. I know my coffee's hot. It's fogging up my glasses. All right. All right, guys, so we got our 2 pieces cut out here. But, you know, obviously we don't want to just leave them flat like this. So we're going to roll the offset die in here, kind of give it a little dimension to it. So I'm going to plot that out real quick, and then we'll take it over to the bead roller. We're going to stretch it first, and then I'm not sure how far we're coming in, to be honest. 1/2 inch maybe. This is me in thinking mode. I gotta tell you what, I'm having a hard time with thinking mode these days. I need something. You know, one of those things that's got like measurements on it, but not this gigantic, you know, 3-footer. Yeah, we might be able to use this. I don't know. I mean, like I say, thinking mode is kind of down the drain right now with me. Problem is, it's been so icy out, and I took day off work yesterday because of the ice. Because you know, roads were bad. Anyway, so my brain isn't working properly. I think that'll work. We can butt that up against that. We'll just kind of move the piece. Maybe. Get stuff out of my way. Yeah, so I think something like that'll work. We'll, you know, should we bump this in or bump this out? What do you guys think? Decisions. I think we're gonna bump it out. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm gonna do one. And I'll flop it over here, and I'll see what looks better. You know, bumped in, bumped out. You know, I don't know. All right, guys. So I put these stretching dies onto the bead roller here. Out of alignment, I did anyway. Anyway, what that's going to do is we're going to run our metal through there. It kind of works in a sense like an English wheel would, but you know, obviously it's not replacing an English wheel by any means. But how many times can I say but here in this sentence? What it's going to do is it's going to kind of, you just run it along where you're going to be you know, bead rolling, or we're going to be using the offset die, but it just kind of stretches that metal out. Give it a few good passes, but basically it helps prevent warping. You know, that's the theory anyway. I mean, come on, get in there. Helps if you go the right way. As you can see, it's starting to put kind of a downward curve on this. So when we go to put our beads in there, it's going to pop it back up. It's not going to be so out of whack anymore. You know, but it's a good alternative if you don't have an English wheel. You know, because normally you'd want to take your metal and run it through the English wheel before you start, you know, running it through the bead roller and whatnot. But since I don't have an English wheel, I just bought this die set. I don't think it was real expensive, like 50 bucks maybe. A lot cheaper than a decent English wheel. So I'm gonna get this one rolled out, and then we'll switch over to the offset dies. Alright guys, so I got the offset dies set up on there. You can see I stretched these pretty good. I mean, they've got a nice curve in them now. But I got this piece of galvanized, you know, it's just thin galvanized panning. I always like to, and I've stressed this a million times, you know, do a test run before you do anything. You know, get yourself, you know, pick some of this up, keep it around your garage. It's well worth it versus destroying, you know, good metal. Of course, that ain't gonna work because I forgot to tighten it down. Okay, so now I know which way I'm going at least. I mean, that's something, right? So, let's see. Let me do that one more time. Okay, so I'm going to bend this maybe to the inside. So you want to run that line right on that lip on the back side. We're going to make a few passes at this because my marks have gone, so I'm kind of freehanding it. You know, they kind of disappeared during the stretching process. I just don't feel like drawing them back on there. So yeah, you can see, I don't know if you can see that or not, but we're starting to make that indentation, which is fine. We're building a guide for us to follow at this point. One thing when using the offset die, don't put it in reverse because you will wind up going backwards. I mean, your pattern will be backwards is what I'm trying to say. Come up, I just want to turn the pressure off that. We'll come back into it, bring the pressure down. That was not real smooth, but you know, it's alright because we're going to make several passes. We'll get it right. Starting to get a nice, it's hard to tell, I'm sure, on the camera. We're starting to get a nice little pop out there. I think I'm going to run it through one more time. But as you can see, since we pre-stretched it, that metal's starting to pop out nice and flat. This where before, I don't know if you can tell the difference on the camera, but you know, it's got this nice curve to it from the pre-stretch. So now as we're, you know, we're basically shrinking the metal, so we're bringing it back into its original shape. Alright guys, so as y'all can see, hopefully. I don't know, can you? You know, it's definitely not the best bead or roll ever, but you know, it's very passable. It just kind of gives a little more, you know, je ne sais quoi. How's that? I don't know. Just gives it something a little bit more, you know, rather than just having a flat panel. You know, we kind of got this. But we're going to create I think we're going to roll a bead, an actual bead across the top here, and then bring it all together. And, you know, we're just going to play around. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get the other side done, and then we can start messing with that. So, yeah. All right. Hopefully you guys can see the direction we're headed at least. All right, guys. So I got that panel marked up there. I got second one cut out, rolled, all that good stuff. So it'll go over here on this opposite side. Of course, I'm sure you figured that out. This roll here, it got a little wonky on me right there, but you know what? It's going to be good enough. So what I want to do now is I got this one held in place by some magnets, so I want to get some magnets up here. Hold this little bad boy in place. I want to get this tank to where it's below this bar at the bottom, but then it kind of comes back and meets the bar. But I'm going to put a piece up here on the top. I need to measure that out. I'm going to put a rib in that. That's what we're going to work on next. But I'm kind of digging it. You know, it'll come together while we're welding up. You know, I mean, this is all, everything starts out like this, you know. So, yeah, don't be looking at it thinking, oh, that looks terrible. I think it's going to look cool, especially once we paint it, you know, we do some stuff. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to get on to taking some measurements here. I lost one of those little measuring thingies. I guess I could use this. So we know that's 1 inch, so let's do like 1.5 inches. 1.5 inches sound good to you guys? All right, we'll go with that. And maybe 2 inches since we're going to put a bead right down the middle of it. Let's go 2 inches on it. And it looks like we want to come back. Let's just come back 12 inches, and we'll go from there. All right. Got my strip cut, got my line marked down the center. I also took a scribe and put it down there because I'm gonna stretch the ever living heck out of this. You know, because I'm gonna bend it to fit onto the sides of the tank there. So I'll probably just time-lapse this, you know. I'll throw in some fun music, you know, for y'all to enjoy. I'll start it right about here. That way it kind of fades in. It's, you know. So as you can see, that's a pretty useful tool to have. I like it anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and get set up, and we're gonna roll a nice bead. I haven't decided what size yet. I don't know, 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch. What do y'all think? You ain't got time to answer. So let's get going on this. Getting enough coffee in me. I'm getting in a groove here now. You know, and while I change this out, speaking of fun music, my friend of I don't know how many years, I can't ever remember, the one who does my intro song, she did a little YouTube interview thingy, I don't know. You know, I thought there was going to be a turf war there for a second. I was like, wait, you're on YouTube here in the Kentucky area? That's my area for YouTube, okay? And I was about to call these guys up and be like, look, y'all back up out of Kentucky, all right? Because that's not your domain. But anyway, I watched the interview, and it was a pretty good interview. These guys did a good job. So I reached out to him and I said, hey, do you mind if I link? You know, because it is Veronica. She's a friend of mine, blah, 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 blah. I haven't seen her on my show yet, though. Have you? Nope, not on my show yet. But anyway, yeah, so I like to promote her when possible. So I'm going to drop a link down there to these guys. I can't remember the name of their YouTube to save my life. I don't know. It doesn't, whatever. You'll figure it out, because it'll be down there. But go watch it. It's a pretty good interview. It's, I don't know, they're talking about Star Wars or Spider-Man or something. I can't remember. Stuff I don't know about. I mean, I know Spider-Man, he's like your friendly neighborhood guy, right? I think that'll be good enough right there. I like that. We don't want to go overboard on this bead. We don't want it seeming out of place for a small tank. So yeah, go check out that interview, you know. Give those guys a like. They seem really nice. Hi, my name's Jeff, and I drew my mark on the wrong side. Yeah. I'm just kidding, that mark was on the right side all along. Turn our speed way down. Do not pay attention to these glasses. Well, I could not have missed the mark more on that, but that'll be okay. As long as we get a bead in there, we'll massage everything. guys, so let's just pull this off here now. I forgot to mention I had these magnets in here kind of as spacers, making sure it was spaced the same on both sides. But so you can see we can easily go through here and clean this up once we finish welding it, and we can still kind of position it where we want. So yeah, we are getting there. I'm thinking like that. What do y'all think? Yes? No? Yeah? I'm going with yeah. I'm pretending you guys said yes. So yeah, I want to get this welded in, get this cleaned up, and then yeah, we'll go from there. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that. I like it. All right. I'm gonna quit talking. I'm gonna start welding. Y'all want to do another fun time lapse? I say we do it. Wow, right down my shoe. That hurt. That's why I normally wear my boots, guys, but alright guys, so I'm kind of digging it so far. I mean, obviously we got to come up here, we got to cut this. I got to mark this where this kind of needs to get cut because it's hitting that backbone right about there. So we'll just take that straight off, or maybe we'll just make a neat little radius to take it out of there. That's probably going to be the thing to do. You know, there's no sense in putting all these bead rolls and stuff in there if we're just going to take that straight off. Yeah, so I'm going to let this cool down, and we'll get back on it here in just a second. So be back with you guys in a minute. Alright guys, so I want to hear your opinions on what you think on the tank so far. Now, obviously, this is going to get all welded in. We'll come back here and we'll put a piece in here. It's not finished yet. I still need to go through here and clean up welds. You know, and I still got some cleanup on the tank to do a little bit. But anyway, I just want to know your opinion. How you feel. How you feel about this? Somebody out there's winning it. I'm not keeping it. But, you know, I've explained that I was going to do the tank for a while now. So I'm hoping that you're seeing my vision now a little more clearly. Now also, I've been looking at some of the lowriders online and stuff, just kind of getting some ideas at different stuff that people are doing out there. And I see a lot of people are doing this kind of, I guess you would call it a gusset, but I think it's more for just, you know, adding some paint. But they're kind of putting a piece of metal back here to cover up most of this rear section. I was thinking about doing that. I don't know. You guys let me know. Kick me some ideas. I'm always open to hear your ideas on this. Doesn't mean I'm going to do what you say, but I want to hear your ideas on it. You know, once again, we're getting down to the wire. I'm running out of things to do. So let's share this thing. Let's get that subscriber count up to the 500 that we need to be at, so I can give this away. Coming up, I'm going to kick out some short videos on it. I'll probably do another video on it this weekend. And I'm going to start spacing these videos out a little bit, doing smaller, short ones like I did this week, like I did last week. Yeah, just try and give you guys a chance to get that, help me get that subscriber count up, so we can get to the 500 we need to give this away. You know, because if this is a success, then, you know, maybe we'll look at doing another giveaway of something else. I don't know. I mean, I got some ideas floating around in my brain that I wouldn't mind doing just for fun. Stuff that I wouldn't necessarily keep, so why not give it away? Yeah. So anyway, thank you all for watching. Hope you caught the magic letter. Instagram will pop up here, maybe. I don't know, one of the two sides. Follow me. I'll follow you back, as always. And check out the link below for that interview with Veronica Grimm with, I cannot remember those guys' names, but yeah, check that out. It's funny, if nothing else. You know, yeah, once again, she hasn't come on my show. I'm just saying. You know, we've only been friends for what, 18 years, V? What the heck? So anyway, catch you guys on the next one.